Hello, my name is Gwen Abbott, and this is my project management plan presentation for LDRS 351. The subject of my presentation is Roller King Skating Center, which is also my employer. Just to give you some background about Roller King Skating Center, it's a family-owned business and it opened its doors in 1977. And I've actually worked there on and off since 1985. It's the first job I ever had. The business was turned over to the family's two children about 7 years ago. And we have a staff of 23 primarily teenage and young adult employees. We once had a really structured system of management, but over the last few years it's been increasingly becoming pretty laissez-faire. There's not much structure. And at this point we have a pretty high turnover rate, which is increased in labor hours and cost due to having to interview, hire, and then train new employees. During the course of LDRS 321, the data driven leadership course, I actually used a high turnover rate as part of my signature assignment. And as part of that, I performed a Likert survey with questions that were built upon Roger Chevalier's behavioral model. So I included some individual and environment questions to determine what the factors were that were affecting our turnover rate. And I found that it was a combination of a lack of feedback from management, a lack of training and cross-training opportunities, and a lack of team building activities, as well as a lack of incentives. So as part of my project management plan for this course, I wanted to focus on developing an employee evaluation and recognition program, hoping that that will alleviate some of those issues. The purpose of the evaluation program is to provide performance feedback in a positive way that will encourage employee growth rather than being primarily punitive. And then the purpose of the recognition portion of the program would be to reinforce to employees that we value them as part of the team. For the cost estimate for this program, the funding for this program comes from our general fund. Some of the ways we generate income are through our regular public skating hours, birthday parties, lessons, and our STEM field trip program. The bulk of the $2,114 that I estimated for the cost of the program will come from activities that will require labor hours. We'll need to set up meetings to set up standards for the program, and then hold meetings with the employees to go over those standards. And then obviously we have to implement the evaluations, and then there'll be a small cost for the recognition portion of the program. And then the materials needed for the program were negligible. For schedule and duration, this project will take approximately 9 labor hours from start to finish, and it'll span over 3 months. Obviously, it'll be ongoing after that. We'll probably have to schedule the evaluations quarterly. Risk and risk mitigation. The first risk would be cost. If the high turnover rate continues, obviously the labor hours will remain high. But I think if we meet with our employees and let them know that we will be implementing this program, it'll show that we are making efforts to improve the center's involvement, and then they'll have interest in staying. As far as schedule goes, we'll need to get our assistant managers or our leads covered because they will be an important role in helping us roll out the evaluation program and also help in training. And I think if we involve them in that process of implementing the program, they'll be more equipped to support us in implementing the program. To conclude, I feel that this program will help bridge the gap between management and non-management employees. It'll also help increase productivity, and it will also improve our center's morale. That concludes my program, and thank you very much for watching.